everybody, my name is Abdoo, chef de cuisine here at Del Posto, and here today we have a beautiful, wonderful heritage ribeye that we're going to show you how to tie for a wonderful roast at home. I'll show you just how easy it actually is. If you tuned in earlier, you saw us do the individual knots, but here we're going to do a little more of an advanced knot, which is called the continuous knot, very often used in professional kitchens and butchers. So a few tools that we're going to need is a spool of butcher's twine, gloved hands, or regular hands as long as you're washing them, keep them nice and clean. Very clean work surface cutting board, and a utility knife or a pair of scissors. So we're first going to start off by taking our string, and it's important that we don't cut the string off the spool. We're going to start by taking a piece of string that's long enough to wrap around the entire outside of the ribeye. And what we're going to do is we're just going to start to form the shape of what we want the roast to be. Now it's important when you're tying roasts to give it its structure and stability for a few reasons. One more than anything is for the evenness of cooking. If your roast isn't tied and you put it in the oven, it'll absolutely work, it won't be a problem. But you'll get a better appearance, better final cut, and you'll get a product that cooks a little bit more evenly. So it's important that we tie our roast before we serve it. So what you can't see in the back is I've done what's called a butcher's knot, which is by taking the string and looping it around a few times, and then we're just going to lock it in to make a single knot right in the back. From here we're going to carry forward, we're going to take our string, and we're going to bring it underneath. Now here's the tricky part. You have to make certain that you leave enough string on this end so we can tie it off and anchor it in after we're done wrapping around. So now here we go. This is where the fun happens. We're going to take our string, again you can see it's still attached to the spool, and we're going to make a 9 or a bunny hole or bunny ears or any sort of method that works well for you at home. We're going to take it, and it's important that we keep the string together. We're basically just making a lasso, and we're going to lasso the meat. We're going to slide it, nudge it, and we're looking for to get that perfect even knot all the way down, right in the middle of the ribeye. And again, trying to make certain that when we portion our knots and our ties, that each knot represents about a portion of the steak. And we're just going to continue onward, and I'll probably get 3 more loops for a nice 4-portion ribeye. For really big, we're looking at like a 16-ounce portion here, guys. It's, you're a hefty eater, or you're splitting it for 2. And depending upon how much food you might have at home, this roast will feed upwards of 4 to 6, depending upon how big of a meat eater set you are. I'm going to do one more little loop. And this might look tricky on camera, but I promise you guys at home it's not. It's actually pretty straightforward. It does take some practice. When I was a young cook, what I used to do, trying to perfect my roast time skills, also when I was in culinary school, was being graded on it. I would actually take towels and I'd roll them up so it would represent like a roast or a log, and I would just practice these continual knots over and over again. So the last part of our knot time, you can see we have the string still attached to the spool. I'm just going to cut off about 6 inches, give ourselves a little bit more freedom and mobility. And you can see here on the other side where we are. We're just going to take our knot and our strings, and again, here's that butcher's trick, that butcher's knot. 1, 2. Again, putting that extra little loop on it helps to really lock that knot in so it doesn't come undone on you. And we're just going to anchor it in with one last single knot. Cut off the rest of our excess string because we don't need it. It's just going to get in the way of cooking. And here you have it, a beautiful, continuous knot butcher's tied steak roast for you at home. Not too hard, right? Pretty easy. And you look like you're an absolute butcher professional. Enjoy eating.